Isn't it nice to pretend that politics is all very official people doing serious things instead of twats running around being racist?
None of this makes sense. Making all these bombs and all these plans. The walls are just ready to blow.
I'm a little confused here because this film depicts the American government having a set of diverse people in it who are all competent at their jobs, and yet nowhere in the marketing of this did I see that it was a fantasy film. But for real. House of Dynamite stars Rebecca Ferguson, Idris Elba, Anthony Ramos, Greta Lee, Gabriel Basso, and Willa Fitzgerald as the people at the forefront of a crisis to the United States when a ballistic missile is launched. They don't know where from, but it's coming towards the United States. It's going to hit Chicago in 90 minutes if they can't stop it. Oh, 19? I mean 19. Wait, 19? That doesn't make any sense. This is a film about them trying to stop it from hitting, trying to figure out what they could do. So if it was going to hit in 90 minutes, the only way they could do it would be to, replay the same 19 minutes from a bunch of different perspectives. Which means you should basically call it Cocktease the film and never watch it, because what an absolutely shit idea. I did not know what this was going to be. I thought I did. I mean, Rebecca Ferguson going to work in the White House and the missile going up, Anthony Ramos as the soldier on the base trying to intercept it, all of that. I was thinking, yeah, this is good, this is exciting, I wonder where they're going to go from here. And then the 19 minutes runs out and they leave you on the cliffhanger of, oh, did it really go off? And start again. Start the same period of time over again, following mostly less interesting characters as they try to do other stuff. It's all the same kind of situation, and it's all American government officials. It's just different ones. It kind of has Rebecca Ferguson and Anthony Ramos in the beginning, and then it kind of moves on to who was even in the second one? Gabriel Basso, as trying to help the president decide what he should do. Should he, fire back? And the question becomes more about that as it goes on, more than, about trying to stop the missile. Actually, you know what? Yeah, no, spoilers are ahead. I can't do this properly. I can't explain why I'm so irritated by it without straight up spoilers. So here we go. You've been warned. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so the first segment, it follows Rebecca Ferguson as this kind of White House Situation Room official. Not entirely sure what her exact job title was, but she's one of the people in charge of the White House Situation Room, monitoring this kind of thing. And she's kind of one of the main characters in that first bit. So is Anthony Ramos, who's the soldier kind of in charge, basically, of the base that fires up the things that are able to, or meant to be able to, intercept an incoming ballistic missile. And then it ends. And we don't know. We're about to see whether it hits, whether it actually explodes in Chicago or whatever. And then it ends, that segment. And it moves on to this other segment with Gabriel Basso and a bit more on Jason Clarke's character and stuff as they kind of head down to, I guess, the presidential bunker it's meant to be in the White House, and try to work out, who's fired this, can we fire back? And he talks to the Russians and stuff, trying to figure out if they did it. And then it ends, as the missile's about to maybe go off or not. And then it moves on to a third segment with Idris Elba that has the president. And by the way, the only significant thing that's come out of this film is that he is maybe the only person to ever play both the UK Prime Minister and the US President in the same year. So that's impressive. And it's kind of about the moral quandary for him of, does he fire back, even not knowing necessarily who he's firing back at, and what does he do? And this is a horrible situation for him to be in as the president. It's awful. And then it ends. And I just mean the segment, the film just ends. It doesn't tell us if the missile goes off. It is, at the beginning, I really thought, it was giving off almost West Wing vibes, I really love that kind of political thriller. It's following these people as they try to make these monumental decisions, and it's trying to act like these people are responsible people who really question these decisions they have to make. That's how politics should be. I love that. But it's just not actually, saying anything. It's desperately trying not to say anything at all. I like Kathryn Bigelow. I like her style of film. I think Rebecca Ferguson is a perfect lead for her kind of film. Too bad she's not in the last hour of this film. It's not a badly made film, but bad choices were made. Too many of them. And this is just... It's a slog to watch after the first time you see through it. The second two, segments of the same period of time are just horrifically dull. They really are. And I'm very confused because the 19 minutes played over 3 times should be an hour long, and this is an hour 50, so I don't quite know how that worked. Doesn't matter. This is not going to be remembered for anything, I don't think. It's just not watchable, really, at all. It's it's such an uninteresting... It is like trying to watch a philosophical textbook. So I'm giving this as anything but Dynamite 2.5 stars. Just the West Wing, Back in a time when we could imagine that our politicians were great thinking people who really cared and wanted to devote themselves to public service and do... I miss the West Wing.